Okay, we good? Okay. So I'll just do a quick intro. I'm Liz Smith, and I live in Salt Lake with my husband and my four small children. And I just love helping people with their health. I'm also here with my friend and health advocate, Ashley Silveri, who will introduce herself a little bit later. So thank you so much for joining us in this conversation about simple ways we can begin to live more clean. So the truth is we live in a pretty toxic world. We're exposed to the chemicals in the air we breathe, the food and water we consume, even in the buildings and furniture where we live and work. There's also the lotion we smear on our skin, the shampoo we rub in our hair, even the dust in our houses is full of synthetic chemicals. So the big question is, where do we start? Well, it's where we have the most control, which is in the homes where we live and the foods we eat. And so that's where we're going to focus a little bit tonight. So I'm really excited to share some of my favorite clean products and non-toxic products with you. So before I begin, I just wanted to take a minute to tell you the why I've spent the last couple of years changing the ingredients in my life. It hasn't always been this way. So changing the foods our family eats, the products we put on our skin, the products we use in our home. It's because I found myself sick of being tired and sick of feeling just not all that well. I also found myself concerned at how many more people around me seem to be suffering with some sort of autoimmune disorder, chronic illness, migraines, severe allergies, cancer. And then 4 months after having my fourth child, I became really sick. My body was suffering and the symptoms came on fast. I had horrible stiffness and pain in both my knees, chronic fatigue so bad it put me in tears most days. Numbness and tingling all through the right side of my head and face. I had anxiety, insomnia, vision issues, hair loss, the list just goes on. And doctors just really couldn't figure out what was wrong with me. And so after visits to, primary care doctors and neurologists and rheumatologists and kinesiologists, I just became so desperate for healing. And so that's kind of what began my journey of researching and finding knowledge on how I could heal. So it was then that I decided to put non-toxic, clean ingredients and plant-based nutrition to the test. And so I went all in. And after just a couple of weeks, my symptoms started to improve. And after the course of a year, all my symptoms were gone. And I'm just so grateful to say that so many added benefits came beyond my healing. It was through this journey that I've just come to know that I'm not alone in this experience, or, everyone has their own experience, but I'm just with health issues. And I feel like too many people suffer daily what I believe are symptoms caused not only by the toxins we take into our bodies, but just the lack of whole food nutrition that just gives us that ability to fight back the way it's supposed to. So I have such a passion, like I said, for helping others with their health. And I just hope we can leave this call tonight with some new knowledge and some motivation just to make some simple changes to improve our health this coming year. So I'm going to start by just sharing some of our favorites. So I'm going to start with some, really exciting cleaning supplies. So the first one is called Force of Nature. And you guys, if you cannot, raise your hand, Ashley, if you're like, I can't see that. So this is Force of Nature, and this is what has replaced the bleach in our home. So it actually comes in this little kit, and you actually just fill up this little container with water, and they give you these little tablets that you squeeze in. And and that is made up of salt, vinegar, water, and electricity because you plug it in. And then that converts the salt, water, and vinegar into hypochlorous acid and sodium hydroxide. So this product kills 99.9% of germs. It's EPA registered for hospitals, daycares, schools. And so I use this every day. I use it in my kitchen sink, toilet, stainless steel. I clean my kids' bath toys with it, doorknobs, just anything you want to get rid of bacteria and any type of germs. So we really, really love that product. The other one where I've switched out most of my cleaning supplies is a company called Branch Basics. And it just comes with this big container of concentrate. And then they send you, if you want to do the starter kit, they'll give you a bunch of bottles that are labeled like kitchen, bathroom cleaner, glass cleaner. So just to give you an idea, this concentrate will make 3 bottles of all-purpose cleaner, 3 bathroom bottles, 3 glass cleaner bottles, 3 foaming bottles, and if you want, it gives you a little 1 laundry bottle. So I don't use it for laundry, but this lasts me like over a year. So that's just been a simple, easy, non-toxic way to clean most of my house. I have switched out my Comet for, I don't know if I say this right, but Bonami, I don't know. So, and then on to laundry. So I've swapped out regular detergent for a product called Molly Suds. And there's a few good ones out there that are non-toxic, but kind of looks like that. And then I also use wool dryer balls instead of dryer sheets. So unfortunately, there's a lot of chemicals in our laundry detergent and dryer sheets. Something to really be aware of is the word fragrance in any ingredient list. That is usually a code word for we don't want to tell you what chemicals are in this because the law does not require most types of cleaners to disclose what chemicals are in them. So this is the same with air fresheners. Air fresheners are awful. And as we know, air fresheners are everywhere. I feel like they're like more rampant than ever. Just anytime you get in a car, in the bathroom, office buildings are just the smell is so strong, and they are filled with formaldehyde, benzyne, phthalates, BHT, and much more. According to the EWG, they found that some air fresheners have over 80 chemicals in them. So for those who don't know what the EWG is, they are a nonprofit, nonpartisan organization dedicated to protecting human health and the environment. They have an awesome website, which is ewg.org. And just before I go on, Ashley will put in the chat, or if she hasn't already done so, any websites I mention will all be there. So if you need to refer to that. So, and then if you ever want to know how safe a skin product is, if you put in ewg.org/skin deep, and that's a great way. I use that a lot. Like if I'm at the store and I'm wanting to get a good sunscreen, but I'm not really sure, I can just put in that sunscreen, and 9 times out of 10, it'll pull it up and let me know how toxic it is, or, it's got the green label, which means, thumbs up type of thing. So, so instead of air fresheners, it would be much better to use beeswax candles, a diffuser with essential oils, or a non-toxic freshener. It's actually not that easy to find a fully non-toxic air freshener. A lot of them will claim that. But one that I have found that is safe and that we like is called Grow Fragrance. And I just got that on their actual website. And then for hand soap, hand sanitizer, we love the brand Everyone. So that you've probably seen it. I've started to see it in a lot more like Targets, grocery stores. I just end up ordering in bulk on their actual website. I buy their sanitizers in bulk. They're just the small little bottles like that, and they have a nice scent to them. We also love, for those that have little kiddos, and even actually I use this, my husband uses it, it's just the Everyone 3-in-1 soap. It's great for bubble bath, just a body wash, shampoo, and this huge big tub is like, I want to say it's like $8.99. So it's really, it's a pretty good price. So as far as having cleaner air in our homes, some really simple and inexpensive ways, get some plants. We got some snake plants in each of our kids' rooms. They're easy, they're hard to kill. Even opening a window or a door just a little each day can really help clean out the air in your home. And if you're willing to spend some money, or you're able to, you could go with an air purifier. So I honestly took about 6 months to find the right air purifier. And after a lot of research, I landed on the purifier called the Air Doctor. And the Air Doctor removes dangerous ozone, gas, and volatile organic compounds like formaldehyde, VOCs, viruses, bacteria, mold, pollen. You might be thinking, oh, I don't have VOCs and formaldehyde in my home. We do, because it's in all of our, unless you have a super clean bed, it's in your bedding, your furniture, your hardwoods. So I don't even know if you can see this. I have, there we go, let's see. So this is the small version of my Air Doctor. I also have the medium size. So if you want more information about that, I can get that to you a little bit later. So also we have made a vacuum switch after our vacuums continue to die on us. So we use the Rainbow vacuum, which is a whole home cleaning system that's been around since 1936. The Rainbow vacuum uses the concept of water versus a standard dry bag or canister type vacuum. So all the dust and dirt goes into a water bath. The company also offers a free, no obligation live demonstration in your home, which is really helpful for us because to know there was absolutely no pressure. They were able to come in, give us a demonstration. We get to practice, see how we like it and kind of feel it, and be able to think about it. And it's also really helpful for those people who especially have like asthma, allergies, breathing problems, or just want a cleaner home. And I'll just give you a quick view of, so that's our Rainbow, and it's got the water canister there. So you'll see after you have a good vacuum or whatnot, it's got all the filth in the water, and then you just, dump that out. So it's kind of an awesome little machine. Let's see. So what else? I also, some more fun stuff. And I know I shared to the ewg.org. A couple Instagram pages that have been really helpful for me is just.ingredients and a little less toxic. EPA.gov. This is also in the chat if you want to see it, where I get some of my, I've really gone more simple, but if I need a skin product or something that I know I have full confidence it's going to be a very clean product, I will go to a website called 100%pure.com. They have some great makeup, skincare. I love their mascara. They get it, it's infused, the color's infused actually with fruits. So whether if you're getting a brown, it might be cocoa or it might be infused with blueberries. Suntegrity, I think, is a really, really good sunscreen for the face, especially. What else? And then another website for those who like a little makeup. It's kind of a funny name, but nakedpoppy.com. And lastly, good old Trader Joe's. I love their lemongrass coconut body oil. It's inexpensive. It makes your skin really soft. And for those, again, who have littles, the brand Fairy Tales, I just ordered this on Amazon. It's a great detangler. They've got in the sun, you know, all sorts of different things. But I've got 3 girls with a lot of hair, so we go through a lot of that. So I'm trying to see if I shared everything. Yeah. So I know I just shared a lot. So if you have questions about a specific product, just ask the person who invited you to the call, or we'll also save some time at the end for anyone who wants to stay on longer and ask those questions. So now that I've shared some ways we can clean up our external environment, I'm going to turn the time over to Ashley, who is going to share how we can help clean up our internal environment. So take it away.
Thank you. I'm just adding a few more people on. If you just joined, welcome, welcome. Liz did an awesome job. Oh, they're connecting auto, so they can't even hear. Liz did an amazing job of sharing how to kind of clean up our environment. And to start this part of the conversation, I want to share a quick video, a TED Talk video. So I'm going to share my screen, pull this up, and pray that we have no technical difficulties.
Trillions of bacteria, viruses, and fungi live on or inside of us, and maintaining a good, balanced relationship with them is to our advantage. Together, they form the gut microbiome, a rich ecosystem that performs a variety of functions in our bodies. The bacteria in our guts can break down food the body can't digest, produce important nutrients, regulate the immune system, and protect against harmful germs. We don't yet have the blueprint for exactly which good bacteria a robust gut needs, but we do know that it's important for a healthy microbiome to have a variety of bacterial species. Many factors affect our microbiomes, including our environment, medications like antibiotics, and even whether we were delivered by C-section or not. Diet, too, is emerging as one of the leading influences on the health of our guts. And while we can't control all these factors, we can manipulate the balance of our microbes by paying attention to what we eat. Dietary fiber from foods like fruits, vegetables, nuts, legumes, and whole grains is the best fuel for gut bacteria. When bacteria digest fiber, they produce short-chain fatty acids that nourish the gut barrier, improve immune function, and can help prevent inflammation, which reduces the risk of cancer. And the more fiber you ingest, the more fiber-digesting bacteria colonize your gut. In a recent study, scientists exchanged the regular high-fiber diets of a group of rural South Africans with the high-fat, meat-heavy diets of a group of African Americans. After just 2 weeks on the high-fat, low-fiber, Western-style diet, the rural African group showed increased inflammation of the colon as well as a decrease of butyrate. That's a short-chain fatty acid thought to lower risk of colon cancer. Meanwhile, the group that switched to a high-fiber, low-fat diet had the opposite result. So what goes wrong with our gut bacteria when we eat low-fiber processed foods? Lower fiber means less fuel for the gut bacteria, essentially starving them until they die off. This results in less diversity and hungry bacteria. In fact, some can even start to feed on the mucus lining. We also know that specific foods can affect gut bacteria. In one recent microbiome study, scientists found that fruits, vegetables, tea, coffee, red wine, and dark chocolate were correlated with increased bacterial diversity. These foods contain polyphenols, which are naturally occurring antioxidant compounds. On the other hand, foods high in dairy fat, like whole milk, and sugar-sweetened sodas were correlated with decreased diversity. How food is prepared also matters. Minimally processed, fresh foods generally have more fiber and provide better fuel. So lightly steamed, sautéed, or raw vegetables are typically more beneficial than fried dishes. There are also ways of preparing food that can actually introduce good bacteria, also known as probiotics, into your gut. Fermented foods are teeming with helpful probiotic bacteria like lactobacillus and bifidobacteria. Originally used as a way of preserving foods before the invention of refrigeration, fermentation remains a traditional practice all over the world. Foods like kimchi, sauerkraut, tempeh, and kombucha provide variety and vitality to our diets. Yogurt is another fermented food that can introduce helpful bacteria into our guts. That doesn't necessarily mean that all yogurt is good for us, though. Brands with too much sugar and not enough bacteria may not actually help. These are just general guidelines. More research is needed before we fully understand exactly how any of these foods interact with our microbiomes. We see positive correlations, but the insides of our guts are difficult places to make direct observations. For instance, we don't currently know whether these foods are directly responsible for the changes in diversity, or if something more complicated is happening. While we're only beginning to explore the vast wilderness inside our guts, we already have a glimpse of how crucial our microbiomes are for digestive health. The great news is we have the power to fire up the bacteria in our bellies. Fill up on fibers, fresh and fermented foods, and you can trust your gut to keep you going strong.
Right. So in essence, we are the mothership for all those bacteria, and hopefully that video can help us understand why fruits and vegetables are so important. If we're lucky, we've heard this from our mothers talking about how gotta eat your fruits and vegetables, and now it's half of our plate is what is needed. It's so important because they act like those fire extinguishers that you saw in the video, for all the things that are trying to wreak havoc in our bodies. So 7 to 13 servings every day. Can you guys really quick, can everyone hold up a fist for me? So this is a serving size. So it's different for everyone depending on your fist size, but about 7 to 13 serving the fruits and vegetables every day is hard, especially when you're trying to negotiate with littles. Okay, put your hands down. So, I try to eat good. I try to eat the variety, but I'm not always successful. And even if we are trying to keep that up all the time is really hard. So one of the hacks I want to share with you tonight is something that's made a huge difference in my personal health journey and my family's, and it's called Juice Plus. But before I share the tools that the company offers, I want to share one more short video that explains, it's Dr. Mitra Ray, and she kind of explains a little bit more. So let me pull her up. Thank you for bearing with me. I'm make sure. Here we go.
You don't get a headache because you have an aspirin deficiency. You get a headache because something's off kilter in your body, out of balance. To bring the body back into balance, back into what we call homeostasis, you need to eat right. There's just no way around that. Your immune system, in order to work properly, needs good nutrition. We have something called plasticity in the immune system. What that means is that our immune system can see a bacteria it has never seen before or a virus it has never seen before, and it can come up with a defense strategy. That is the plasticity of the immune system, and that's what you want. You want that full potential of the immune system to be turned on, and that happens with good nutrition, lots of fruits and vegetables, lots of whole food nutrition. And the variety of fruits and vegetables is so important. This is why Juice Plus is such a great product. huge variety. I don't care if you eat a lot of fruits and vegetables or not, you're probably not getting the variety that is available through Juice Plus. With the technology that's used to make Juice Plus, you're getting the benefit of raw food nutrition. Of course, it's in a capsule, so it's hard to imagine, but this technology has actually been around and perfected. And if you look at the research backs up that people are getting the results as if they were eating lots and lots of different fruits and vegetables and berries every single day. So that's what makes Juice Plus so unique.
So I just wanted to kind of jump in and share a little bit more about what Dr. Mitra had mentioned. Juice Plus, if you can see this, is food concentrates. It's just fruits, vegetables, berries, and grains with a nutrition label. And I choose to feed it to my family. I have 3 littles, a 6-year-old, almost 4-year-old, and 1-year-old baby girl, and 2 boys and a baby girl. And I choose to feed it to my family because it is real food. It's NSF certified, which means it's certified to be pure. An independent company is testing every single batch to make sure there's no herbicides or pesticides, bacteria, mold, or fungus. And if they find something, they throw out the whole batch because they want to make sure we're getting the best of the best. And the whole plant is used, which I love that. I didn't know this for a long time, but the most vitamin C in an orange is actually in the peel. And we usually don't go around eating the peels or the seeds of things, but Juice Plus uses everything. It's all thrown in there, so you're getting the best from the fruit. It's picked when it's vine ripe, so it has the most nutrition in it. It's safe for all ages. They say from the womb to the tomb, and I did actually use it as a prenatal for my babies. That's all I used, and have healthy Juice Plus babies who are now growing up. It's in over 40, you saw it on the video, over 40 peer-reviewed medical journals. This is what got my husband's attention. He's a little bit more of a skeptic. So the science that backed it really got his attention. And the funny thing is, if you don't want to take my word for it, you can ask Siri, what's the most researched nutritional product in the world? And Juice Plus will pop up. We have an awesome thing, which gets me really fired up, called a family health study. Anybody that decides to eat Juice Plus can help a child to get it absolutely free for up to 4 years. And you can get back to the person that invited you if you want more information on that. So my journey started about 8.5 years ago. I got a phone call from my parents. My dad, little backstory, had struggled with chronic asthma, allergies, really bad breathing machine shots when he was a young kid. His family had to uproot and move states because it was just so hard on his breathing. And in his mid-50s, a friend shared how to get more fruits and vegetables into his diet by simply taking a capsule. And he thought, well, I've tried everything else. Why not give this a shot? And in his own words, it was 8 months into adding Juice Plus to his diet that he breezed through his allergy and asthma season for the first time. That got my family's attention. I had really bad allergies. I was a newlywed. I had just moved to Albany, Oregon, grass seed capital. My allergies turned into asthma. I was struggling. I was on 2 inhalers. I was frustrated, and I was looking for some answers. And so we decided to say yes to Juice Plus. We put it in our bodies, and right away we noticed more energy. We were sick less and over things quicker. I noticed help with my allergies and my asthma. It helped my kiddos. They've never had an ear infection, which is pretty amazing, but they're just getting all of that bombarded, that variety every single day. And help with my husband's blood pressure and his sinus infections. And we don't ever make medical claims, but that's our story. So we just love to share what the power of whole foods can do. We also have with Juice Plus, a plant-based omega. So we need, our bodies don't produce omega-3s, we need those. And this is the full spectrum, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. What I love about it is they bypass the fish. So there's no fishy burps. There's no fishy taste. My kids, because I've been giving it to them since they were little, they chew it right up. And so that's how you know it's not that nasty, fishy taste. But every cell in our body needs them. Brain, hair, skin, nails. And I love that ours is all from plants. We also have Smoothies, delicious chocolate and vanilla smoothies. Again, you see a nutrition label. And they are high in fiber. The glycemic index of broccoli, less sugar than an apple. And it's crazy that with all, the vegetables that are in them at 15 plants, they still taste so good. We use them for pancakes and muffins and cookies, and it's awesome knowing as a mom, it's a little mom hack that you're getting more protein or more whole foods into them. And just today, the Juice Plus company launched our Perform smoothie mix. This has more protein. It's about 25 grams of protein, and it's really there's a lot of Olympic athletes and professional athletes that take it because of the high protein, but it's all plant-based with the nutrition label. It's really phenomenal. But even if you're a professional athlete, a weekend warrior, you really just like to work out, vitamin D in here promotes the bone health. Vitamin B is energy. Vitamin B5 is mental performance. There's beetroot and tart cherry to aid muscle recovery, and we've just been hearing great things about it. So that just launched today, so I wanted to share that. I do not have a picture of my Tower Garden on me, but it is Liz, do you have an easy way to show a Tower Garden picture? Or Pam, is your Tower Garden?
I'm in my laundry room.
Okay.
Mine's upstairs, but
it's okay. Just, you can imagine with me, and then if you search Juice Plus Tower Garden, then it's a 5-foot aeroponic garden that you can grow yourself. Mine was on our patio when we were in an apartment, and then we had it on our front porch, and then we have it in our backyard. We now have a Tower Garden home, which will replace an end table in your home. It's so small, but you can grow up to 28 different plants, and fruits and vegetables never tasted so good. And you are kind of your you're a farmer gardener right there. We share it with our neighbors. It never tasted so good. And my kids eat more because they're involved with the growing and the planting, and it just uses air and water to grow. There's no weeding. So love that. And then if all of this makes sense, but you're maybe someone that does better with the program, the first Monday of every month, we do something called a Shred 10. It's a 4-month evidence-based lifestyle program. And we really just spoon feed you everything you need. It comes with recipes, online materials, an encouraging community to help get you through. And it's all about reducing toxins and replacing it with whole food. And we just got done with one. Today was day 10. And I just noticed I sleep better, more energy, and it's just really great. So we'd love to share more if you're interested. But I'm an advocate for recommending Juice Plus because I just couldn't keep it a secret. And for me, I was looking for this, but I didn't know that I was. And it just is a natural fit because I care about people, and I want to help them be their healthiest and their best. And I get to do this from home with my kiddos in stolen moments. And I love sharing it for other people looking for a way to help others and be a blessing to their family. So as we kind of wrap this up, Liz shared a little bit of her story. Let me see, how are we doing on time? Liz, do you want to share just a few seconds of why Juice Plus made sense to you?
Well, at the time, I just kind of stumbled upon it, honestly, when I was going through my health journey and was already juicing every day because I was trying to get as many plants into my body because I kept reading research of if you get all these polyphenols in your body, plants can do so much prevention and long-term health benefits. So when I saw it and learned that my friend had been taking it for 28 years, that got my interest because I was like, who's ever taken a product for that long? And so she told me a little bit about it. And then I, did the research and was intrigued by that. And I just thought I was already looking for something for my kids and for myself. So we just kind of jumped on. It made sense. It was just fruits and vegetables. And I like the just that consistency because I don't always get 7 to 13 in a day. And soon after, when we started noticing some things, same thing with Ashley. I was like, I love helping. I've always loved helping people with their health, and I love plants and whole foods. And I feel like we live in this generation where there's a lot of autoimmune, all these things popping up that to me just like weren't around 20 years ago. And I, in my opinion and from what I've read, I really think it's from a lot of toxins and unfortunately the poor quality of food we have. And so I was all about it. And I love sharing it. And I love the company and what they stand for. And so, yeah. That was a
Awesome.
long answer. Sorry.
No, that was good. And I know it has helped your family so much. Because again,
Oh,
it's
yeah.
more fruits
We
and
get sick so much less now. It's like a game changer. Like my husband and I have not had a true cold in 2 years, and that's a miracle when you have 4 little kids coming home all the time. So that's the biggest change we saw in our family right away. And then lowered, cholesterol, blood pressure. I could say a whole other things, but like Ashley said, we don't make claims. Everybody is different, but I can make the claim that it will do really good things for your body, whether you feel it or not.
so awesome. And so we've given you lots and lots to think about. I did post those websites and Instagram that Liz follows in the comments. So we're going to do one last really short video about Juice Plus. We'll stop the recording and we can stay on if there's any questions. But this is a really fun one with a nice beat. So I always say, if you want to dance around, you go for it.
This is Oliver, and his eating habits are, well, this is Clara. She works for us. Great. This is Mary. She's a mum. And Anna. She's trying to live healthily every day. And this is Juice Plus. We make that, and we are very proud of it. This is Bill. He grows the cranberries that go into Juice Plus. He picks them just for us, fully ripe, straight from his fields to our drying facility as fresh as possible. We trust Bill. And David. He grows parsley for us. But just so you can too, we made it official. This is carrot, broccoli, parsley, tomato, raspberry, apple, spinach, cabbage, beetroot, garlic, artichoke, blackberry, pomegranate, ginger. Well, you get the idea. There are 30 fruits and vegetables that go into Juice Plus. That's right, 30. The vitamins and phytonutrients in them keep your body healthy and your immune system going every day. Now, back to Bill's cranberries. They are full of nutrients and antioxidants like vitamin C. Vitamin C helps protect the cells in your body against oxidative stress. We also have some studies. Okay, lots of studies. Yes, we may be obsessed, but it makes us the most researched nutritional product on the market. And why do you need it? Because if we're honest with ourselves, we don't always eat right. We just don't. Remember Oliver and Anna? Yes, even Anna slips up from time to time. Juice Plus helps you to bridge the gap between what you do eat and what you should eat every day. It's as simple as that. Juice Plus, the next best thing to fruits and vegetables.
Share. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. I'm going to stop the recording.